Do you hear that? That melody? In the history of cinema, there are certain sounds that trigger an immediate, primal response. The heavy breathing of Darth Vader, the screeching violins of Psycho, and now, this whistle. For over a decade, we looked at DreamWorks Animation as the funny cousin of Disney, a studio built on green ogres and dance parties. So, when they announced a sequel to Puss in Boots, nobody cared. Instead, we got one of the darkest, most visually stunning films of the last decade. A movie about the crushing weight of mortality and the terrifying realization that one day your time will run out. I am Beyond the Name, and today we are going to tell the entire story of how a legend died and how a hero was born. The movie opens with a massive party in the governor's mansion. Puss in Boots is the star. He is singing, dancing, and being adored by the crowd. Suddenly, the sleeping giant of Delmar attacks. Instead of evacuating the citizens, Puss treats the attack like a concert. He sings Fearless Hero while fighting. He runs up the giant's arm, swings around its head, and even pauses mid-fight to sign a wanted poster and accept flowers. He defeats the giant, strikes a pose for the crowd, but fails to see the giant bell falling on him. Clang, darkness. This opening is crucial. It establishes Puss's fatal flaw, narcissism. He doesn't fight to save people. He fights for applause. He thinks he is the main character of the universe. Puss wakes up in a hospital. The doctor gives him the bad news. You have died 8 times. You have 1 life left. Puss laughs it off. I am Puss in Boots. I laugh at death. The doctor advises him to retire. Puss feels insulted, refuses the advice, and heads to a bar to drink milk, believing nothing can harm him. In the bar, the atmosphere changes. The lights go dim. A hooded wolf sits next to Puss and begins to whistle.
Well, well.
Puss assumes it's a bounty hunter. He draws his sword, his legendary blade that never fails. But this time, it fails. The wolf disarms him effortlessly. He isn't fighting. He is playing. Then, the wolf strikes. He cuts Puss's forehead. A single drop of blood trickles down. Puss touches it, his eyes widening in horror. This is the moment the movie changes from action comedy to horror. That drop of blood destroys Puss's ego. For the first time, he realizes he is mortal. The wolf drags his sickles across the floor, creating sparks. Terrified, Puss does something he has never done before. He runs away. He scampers out of the bar, leaving his sword behind. He runs through the sewers, hyperventilating. He reaches a safe house, takes off his boots, his cape, and his hat. He buries them in a shallow grave. The legend is dead. Puss goes to Mama Luna's cat rescue. He surrenders his identity and becomes a regular house cat named Pickles. We see a montage of his humiliation. He eats dry kibble, he grows a long dirty beard, and he uses a litter box with other cats. He has given up on life. He meets a small, ugly, optimistic dog, Perito, who is pretending to be a cat. Suddenly, the door is kicked open. Goldilocks and the 3 bears enter. They are looking for the legendary Puss in Boots to hire him for a heist. They don't recognize the dirty cat, Pickles. They mention they are stealing a map to the wishing star. Puss hears this, a star that grants 1 wish. If he gets that wish, he can ask for his lives back. As soon as the bears leave, Puss digs up his boots. The spark returns. He decides to steal the map himself. Puss travels to the factory of Big Jack Horner, a crime lord who collects magical items. Puss infiltrates the bakery to steal the map, but he runs into a rival thief, Kitty Softpaws, his ex-fiancée whom he left at the altar years ago. They fight over the map, but Jack Horner discovers them. Chaos ensues. Puss, Kitty, and the stowaway dog, Perito, manage to steal the map and escape in a carriage.
Give me the map. Trust me.
Trust you? Like I did in Santa Coloma?
Really?
As the trio travels through the changing landscapes following Perito, the movie does something subtle but terrifying. Puss thinks he escaped, but he is wrong. If you look closely at the background shots during the travel montage, the wolf is there. He is hiding in the crowd or standing on a distant rock. He is always watching. He isn't chasing. He is waiting. This builds a suffocating tension. Eventually, the map leads them to the ominous entrance of the dark forest. The sky turns gray, and the atmosphere becomes cold. But they are not the only ones entering. The other teams are close behind. Here, the movie develops the villains as mirrors to Puss. Goldilocks wants the wish to find a real human family, ignoring the bears who love her unconditionally. She mirrors Puss's inability to appreciate what he already has. Jack Horner is different. He kills his own henchmen just to cross a bridge. He represents the toxic ego consumed by greed. They crash in the forest. The map opens. We learn the rules. The map changes its path based on the soul of the holder. When Puss or Kitty touch it, the path becomes a hellscape, the valley of incineration. But when the innocent dog Perito touches it, the path becomes a field of flowers. This forces the trio to stick together and let the dog lead the way. The group is walking peacefully on Perito's path of flowers, but peace doesn't last long. Suddenly, Goldilocks and the three bears ambush them to steal the map back. A chaotic battle begins. At the same time, Jack Horner arrives and starts shooting magical blasts. In the confusion, Puss tries to fight, but he gets blasted away from his friends by an explosion. He tumbles down a hill, far away from Kitty and Perito. When Puss stands up, he is alone. The forest has changed. The colorful flowers are gone, replaced by sharp, purple crystals. He has fallen into the cave of lost souls. Here, he sees reflections of his past lives in the crystals. They mock him, and then the real nightmare begins. The wolf steps out of the shadows. He isn't hallucinating this time. The wolf destroys the reflection and places 2 coins over his eye. I am death. Straight up. Puss completely breaks down. He runs blindly into the woods, his heart pounding, his vision blurred. He collapses against a tree, hyperventilating. Perito, who tracked his scent, finds him. The dog lays his head on Puss's stomach, grounding him back to reality. Puss finally admits, I am afraid. Puss reunites with Kitty after the panic attack. He finally tells her the truth about why he didn't show up to their wedding in Santa Coloma years ago. He confesses, I wasn't afraid of commitment. I was afraid I wasn't enough for you. I loved myself too much to share the spotlight. Kitty forgives him. They are finally a real team. They reach the center of the forest, the wishing star. It is a massive glowing star on a platform, but everyone arrives at the same time. Goldilocks and the bears, Jack Horner and his army, and Puss's team. A massive 3-way battle begins. The map flies from hand to hand. Goldilocks finally gets the chance to wish, but she sees Baby Bear in danger. She chooses to save her family instead of making the wish. She realizes she already has a family. In the chaos, Puss grabs the map. He stands on the star. He is 1 word away from wishing for his lives back, but he pauses. He looks at Kitty and Perito. He realizes that getting his lives back means living forever, alone. Suddenly, a wall of fire erupts. The wolf is here. The wolf throws Puss his sword. Pick it up. Puss looks at his reflection in the blade. He doesn't run this time. He picks up the sword. The fight is brutal. Puss is fast, but death is faster. Puss gets knocked down, but he gets back up. He fights with desperation, not arrogance. He manages to disarm the wolf. He points the sword at death. Puss says, I know I can never defeat you, Lobo, but I will never stop fighting for this life.
I know I can never defeat you, Lobo, but I will never stop fighting for this life.
The wolf stops. He sees that the arrogant legend is dead. The cat standing before him is humble. He values life now. The wolf destroys the map and steps back. Why the long face? Puss asks. I came for an arrogant little legend who thought he was immortal. Death says, but I don't see him anymore. Death turns and leaves, fading into the darkness. With the map destroyed by the wolf, the star begins to collapse. Giant Jack Horner is still trying to get his wish, but the star swallows him whole. The villains are defeated. The heroes survive. In the final scene, Puss says he doesn't need 9 lives anymore. 1 life is enough, as long as he spends it with the people he loves. Puss in Boots. The Last Wish is a masterpiece because it teaches us memento mori. Remember, you will die. Puss started the movie running from death and ended it by accepting it. This film proves that animation is not just for kids. It is a medium for telling the deepest human stories. Thank you for watching this deep dive. If you enjoyed this full story analysis, make sure to subscribe and like the video. See you on the next adventure.
Puss in Boots laughs in the face of death.